A very disappointing day for Wimborne Town here at Mangotsfield United as they went down 2-0 to a strong, hard-running Mangotsfield team. Steve Cuss was able to field for the first time Luke Stone and Mark Gamble up front in a 4-4-2 formation with Scott Arnold and Tom Biles at fullback, Ian Oliver and Billy Maybury in the centre of the defence, and a strong midfield with Franklin Clark, James Stockwell, Sam Griffin and Luke Holmes. Adam Costello and Jamie Davidson were both past fit to play by the referee, who deemed that their casts weren't dangerous, but they both started on the bench. And Wimborne started reasonably well. In the second minute, could have taken the lead when Sam Griffin crossed to save the keeper and rebounded off his near post. But that was as good as it got for Wimborne in a disappointing first half. Mangotsfield well on top here. In 23 minutes, Ian Oliver, in a rare foray forward, got up and headed the ball wide from a free kick. But it was pretty much all Mangotsfield, and they took the lead on the half hour with a goal from Lewis Powell. Mangotsfield player got to the byline on the right, and his neatly cut back cross was headed down and past Jason Harville by Powell. No more than Mangotsfield deserved at that point. So 1-0 to the home team, and that's how it stayed till half time. Wimborne came out for the second half with no changes, and for the first 10 minutes they looked the better team. Nice work on the right from Sam Griffin. His cross was headed over for a corner on 52 minutes, and this had been a good 10 minutes for Wimborne, but then gradually Mangotsfield got back and reasserted their dominance. Steve Cuss took Sam Griffin and Luke Holmes off on 65 minutes, bringing on Jamie Davidson and Matt Kemble, and Davidson looked bright for the remainder of the game. But in 70 minutes, the crucial second goal for Mangotsfield, a penalty given for handball. Mangotsfield supporter who was closer to the incident than me told me it was a very, very harsh decision. The Wimborne player had his hands down in front of him, but nevertheless, Neil Arndale, the Mango's skipper, took the opportunity to put his team 2 up, sending Jason the wrong way. Wimborne looked slightly brighter after that. Adam Costello came on for Tom Biles on 75 minutes, and Wimborne had their own claims for a penalty after Jamie Davidson clashed with the keeper 2 minutes later. But from where I was standing, it wasn't a foul. Tremendous save from Jason Harville with 10 minutes to go, kept the Magpies in it. One-handed push over the bar, but that was as good as it got. And to be fair, Mangotsfield had a couple of chances kicked off the line, and they could have easily scored another goal. It's a disappointing day for Wimborne. My man of the match, possibly Ian Oliver. James Stockwell had another extremely good game. But this is one to forget, and onwards and upwards to the next home game, which is next Saturday, and we'll hope to see you there. I'm with Steve Cuss after the 2-0 defeat at Mangotsfield. Steve, we never really got going today, did we?
No, a disappointing day for us. Performance was nowhere near where the levels that we expect or we want at this level, and we got what we deserved today and probably got away quite lightly because they missed 4 or 5 decent efforts as well. So it was a disappointing day for us.
He changed the formation to accommodate Luke Stone and Gamble up front, 4-4-2. That didn't work?
I don't think it worked today. I think it showed signs that it potentially could do. It probably changed slightly from last week with Jamie playing up front, where he drops in a little bit. Obviously, Luke and Mark are 2 natural strikers who will stay on the last line of defence and try and look to go in behind. It really wasn't there that was the problem for me. It was the quality of the passes up to him. We never really passed it today, and I was really disappointed at half time with the fact that everything we just lashed and played it forward. And when you go up against a team that are going to press you and work you physically, you've got to be braver on the ball and pass it. And that was really why I decided to change the subs as well, because having Luke, who's a ball player, and Sam, who wants it to his feet, they just couldn't get it. So we had to try and change something a little bit second half, which was a little bit better, but not much better second half either.
I remember talking to you earlier in the season about giving the ball away, and you saying that we need to hold on to it until we're much more sure that we can make a better pass, and maybe that's what we weren't doing in the first time.
Yeah, I'm just saying now, I'm a little bit disappointed. It hasn't been the greatest week for us in terms of training. We put a lot of emphasis on training. I feel like, we haven't quite done enough this week, and I reflect on what I could do better, and I asked the players to do better as well. And we didn't have a good week with players coming back from injuries and spending a bit of time on the treatment table. That's not an excuse. That's just the way we do our preparation during the week, and I didn't really have that preparation time, so I feel a little bit disappointed in myself as well that hasn't happened this week. But it is important that we pass the ball and we have an understanding. We've got a couple of new players in the side, maybe one or two playing out of position, and if we don't practice that during the week, we end up looking like we look today, and we look like we never played together at times. And our organisation at set pieces was particularly poor today, and they had 4 or 5 headers that they should have scored from, and at this level set plays play a big important role in the game, and we need to make sure that we're organised in that. So that's why I say I feel slightly disappointed about the preparation leading into this game. It probably just wasn't quite right today.
A few positive points. I mean, Jason Harville made a magnificent one-handed save with 10 minutes to go. I mean, there isn't a better keeper in this division, is there?
No.
And that's a rhetorical question because I know the answer.
Yeah.
I thought Ian Oliver, James Stokely played well. Jamie Davidson looked sharper than he's been for a few weeks when he came on.
Yeah, obviously he had his hand operation, Jamie, on Thursday. He was dead keen to play, but I just felt a bit of responsibility, and asking a player to play 90 minutes 48 hours after an operation was a tough ask. So I made the decision to drop him out. He wanted to play today, and obviously he did well when he came off the bench. But you get that from your senior players, like Sir James Stoker, Ian Oliver and Jason Harvey you mentioned. They keep doing the right things at the right time, and you can see the frustration on their faces today, but they can be pleased with their performances and some of the things that they've done today.
Finally, Steve John Blake, how's he coming along?
Yeah, we're hoping he might train at some point during the coming week, and it was made for John today, wasn't it? Because you know what you're going to get in certain areas, and we need that physical presence, someone to win the ball, to allow our ball players to play, and we didn't really have that today. And I think John in there today winning a few headers and a few tackles for us, winning the ball and giving it to the lads to allow them to play would have been a big help. So hopefully he can come through this week, and we got ourselves back.
Thanks for your time, Steve.
Okay, thanks.